Tell me a business other than ours that has to overcome the greatest human emotion in the world. Guilt. Until you overcome guilt, I don't care how good your program is. I don't care how good your teachers are. I don't care how good you do everything else. Until you can overcome guilt, you will not be successful. It's the greatest human emotion. So, here we've got a mom who is being told all the reasons why she's a bad mom because she's coming to put her kid with somebody you don't even know. But I'll tell you something. If you do some statistics, and I don't think this has changed a lot. 25 years ago at Children's World, I did a big research study. And the research study said, let's track not only our enrollment, but let's track our disenrollment. 50% of your disenrollments come within the first 90 days of enrollment. 50%. Now, why is that? Why is that? The why is because her head's still going like this and she's finding every reason in the world to not want you. Or his too. His too. Did you see what that place looked like when I got there yesterday at 5 o'clock? That place was a mess. We're not taking Jimmy back there tomorrow. Parents see us at our two worst times. Drop off and pick up. It's chaos. You got baby buggies coming in. You've got car carriers coming in. You've got mom who is now stressed out to begin with because she's got to go back to the job after taking 2 months of pregnancy leave, if she's lucky. And she's got to hand over that child. She's getting in the car crying. Doesn't want to do it. And then she's being bumped into by other parents. Where's Miss Ellie at today? Oh, she's sick today. Well, who's my child going to be with today? They come back at 5 o'clock, and we've had fun all day doing sand table and water play and circle times and throwing beans across the room and doing all kinds of fun stuff. But to the untrained, to those who don't know, it looks like chaos. What happened to this place? And by the way, where's Jimmy's sock? Well, I don't know because I'm just the after-school person. Well, guess what? That's not a good enough answer for me. I'm finding reasons not to like you. And you're doing a good job for me. Now you guys laugh because we've all gone through that and we all know that. But guess what? Either you take care of that or they're leaving. What seems insignificant to you is very significant to them. You know, in the 30 years I've been in this business, I created my own after I left Children's World. And that's now, I think, 150 schools nationwide. I ran Children's Creative Learning Centers, which is Bright Horizons' biggest competition in corporate care for Mike Milken. And in all those years, I got a ton of complaints. But you know what? I don't remember one time that I ever got a complaint about our lack of quality in our program. I don't remember a parent ever saying to me, can you explain this zoophonics to me? I'm not exactly sure I agree with it. I never had a parent argue with me about food unless they're a vegetarian and they want to, I mean, I get that. But, I mean, the only complaints, if you really boiled it down and you got to in between the layers of what they were really upset about, is we hadn't taken care of guilt. And you know, to this day, I have never seen a 3-year-old walk up to my counter and sign a check for the weeks of tuition. I've seen parents do it. And every time they sign that check, they're either voting for you or they're voting against you. And they're looking at that. You know why price becomes so big? And I got news for you. Price was big 30 years ago. Teachers were hard to find 30 years ago. They've always been hard to find. They're always going to go, what do you cost? What do you cost? I just want to know what you cost. Well, can I tell you about, no, I don't want to know about your program. Just what do you cost? They are looking at you and saying, is this truly, am I, not Jimmy, not Susie, am I feeling good about this? Am I? I remember one time I was in a center and I heard this kid screaming. And we all know what that scream is because you go flying. 5:15, 5:30. The child's about 4 years old, and he's hanging onto the door facing like this. He was parallel to the ground, and his mother is pulling him. And I go, "Hi, what's going on?" She goes, I want to finish my art project. And I looked at her and I said, another happy Children's World child. And she laughed a little bit because she made her realize is even though you're ticking me off because I want to go because I'm frustrated, I got to go home and make dinner, he's happy. So we got to make Mom and Dad happy.